Good morning, student. Myself, Sri K. D. Borsesar, biology subject teacher. In previous lecture, we discuss human female reproductive system. In that, structure and development of the ovarian histology of a mature female, and structure of graphene follicle. Now today we learn some more topics. Human female reproductive system consists of different accessory ducts, female external genitalia, vulva, and accessory glands of female reproductive system. So let us start. You know that female reproductive system consists of a pair of ovaries, accessory ducts like a pair of oviducts, uterus, vagina. So all these three are accessory ducts. External genitalia, vulva, and glands like a pair of vestibular gland and a pair of mammary gland. You know that in diagram female reproductive system, here seen pair of ovaries, accessory ducts like pair of oviduct. This is the pair oviduct. Right side also left side. Uterus seen, this one is the uterus and this is the vagina. So let us start. Accessory ducts of female reproductive system. In that first, a pair of oviduct. So we discuss about pair of oviduct. You know that oviduct is also called as fallopian tube or uterine tube. Now this is the diagrammatic representation of female reproductive system. Here seen, this one is oviduct, consists of different parts like infundibulum, ampulla, and isthmus are the part of oviduct, and you know that they are paired form. Oviduct are paired muscular ducts horizontally over peritoneal cavity. Its proximal part lies close to the ovary, seen here. This is the proximal part of the oviduct, close lies to the ovary, and distal part is open into the uterus. So this is the distal part of oviduct open into the uterus. Each tube means oviduct or fallopian tube is about 10 to 12 centimeter in length. This is the measurement of oviduct. It internally lined by ciliated cell, means inside the oviduct internally lined by ciliated cell which perform special function. Oviduct or fallopian tube can be divided into three regions. Infundibulum, first part of oviduct, this is the infundibulum, first part of oviduct or proximal part of oviduct. Ampulla middle region of the oviduct. Seen, this is the ampulla, and isthmus or cornea, distal part of oviduct. So infundibulum, ampulla and isthmus are the part of oviduct or fallopian tube. We discuss one by one in detail. First part known as infundibulum. You know that infundibulum is a proximal end of oviduct. So proximal funnel like part present with a opening called as ostium. Seen, this is the proximal part of oviduct known as infundibulum. Inside it a small opening is seen, such opening called as ostium. Now ostium surrounds many finger-like processes called as fimbri. Seen, these are the many finger-like processes in infundibulum. These finger-like processes are called as fimbri, part of the infundibulum. Present cilia and movement of fimbri help ovulated egg push in the ostium. This is the function of infundibulum. When when ovulated egg is captured by fimbri part of infundibulum. So inside the cilia and fimbri movement, the egg is pushed into the ostium in the infundibulum. Now ampulla is the second part of oviduct or fallopian tube. No doubt it is middle part, long and straight part of the oviduct, provide site for fertilization. So this is the ampulla part of oviduct. You know that ovulated egg transfer to ampulla site by presence of cilia, push forward direction to ampulla site. In the ampulla, the ovulated egg meet with sperm to form fertilization process. So this part of oviduct is provide site for fertilization, and the function of ampulla is the provide site for fertilization. Most remember. Now the third part of oviduct known as isthmus or cornea. You know that this is the distal part of oviduct open into the uterus. Distal narrow part open into the uterus, and function fertilized ovum transfer to uterus. Here in the ampulla, fertilization process takes place. So after fertilization, fertilized ovum is transferred from ampulla into the uterus through isthmus. So this is the function of isthmus noted here. Here we detail discuss about all the part of oviduct like infundibulum, ampulla and isthmus or cornea. Each part perform different functions. Noted. Remember always. Now second accessory duct known as uterus, commonly called as womb. Uterus is also called as womb. It is a hollow, muscular and peared shaped organ seen in diagrammatic representation. This is the uterus part. Consists of upper dome shaped fundus, middle body and distal cervix part. So inside the uterus present cavity, hence it is called as hollow structure. These are the muscular structure, so it is also called as muscular and pear shaped organ located above and behind the urinary bladder. So location of uterus above and behind the urinary bladder. It is about 7.5 centimeter long, the length of uterus 7.5 centimeter and 5 centimeter broad, 2.5 centimeter thickness. So uterus measurement is noted here: 7.5 centimeter long, 5 centimeter broad, 2.5 centimeter thick. Most of the time MCQ question noted on the basis of measurement of uterus. The uterus can be divided into three regions. First one is fundus. Here this is the dome shaped part called as fundus. Second, body. The middle broad part, here this is the broad part called as body. And cervix, distal part of the uterus called as cervix. So fundus, body and cervix we detail discuss one by one. First one is fundus. You know, fundus is upper dome shaped part. Normally implantation of embryo occurs in the fundus. You know, implantation means the embryonic blastocyst is attached to the uterine wall called as implantation. So normally implantation takes place in fundus region. Body is the second part of uterus. No doubt it is very broad part, gradually taper downward. Seen, this is the broad base and gradually taper downward. Now the third part is cervix. Seen, this is the cervix part. It is the narrow neck, 2.5 centimeter length of cervix is about 2.5 centimeter. It extend into vagina. Seen here, this is the vagina. So this part of cervix is extend in the vagina. Cervix passes two openings, an internal one towards the body. This is the internal opening of the cervix towards the body, and external one towards the vagina. So this is the external opening towards the vagina. Seen here in detail, cervix has two openings. Internal one is open into the body and external one open into the vagina. So here we discuss all these three part of uterus, fundus, body and cervix. Internally, uterine wall consists of three layers. Outer perimetrium, middle myometrium and inner endometrium. So we'll detail discuss about all these three internal uterine walls. Here diagrammatic representation seen walls of uterus. This one is perimetrium, border part of the uterus called as perimetrium. This is the myometrium, is very much thick layer present in between perimetrium and endometrium. And now this is the brownish colored vascular layer seen in the uterus called as endometrium. So all these three layers perform different functions. Discuss in detail one by one. Perimetrium, myometrium and endometrium. Perimetrium is outer layer especially for protection. So perimetrium perform function protection. Myometrium is very thick muscular layer made up of smooth muscles, provide vigorous contraction of these muscles, causes labor pain during the parturition or childbirth process. So provide vigorous contraction is most important function of myometrium. You know that inside the uterus a complete development of embryo. So at the time of parturition or childbirth process, the complete developed fetus is expelled from uterus to outside through vagina. So at that time myometrium contain smooth muscles, provide vigorous contraction due to an action of oxytocin hormone secreted by pituitary gland, and this oxytocin acts on myometrium smooth muscles. So myometrium smooth muscles provide vigorous contraction. So this result causes labor pain and the childbirth process easy takes place. So this is the function of myometrium. Here we detail discuss perimetrium is a internal uterine wall. Also myometrium is also internal uterine wall, perform different function. Now the last layer known as endometrium, also called as mucosal layer, mucosal membrane, discuss here. It is innermost layer. You know that this is the endometrium. It is innermost layer made up of stratified epithelium cells. You know myometrium made up of smooth muscles, endometrium made up of stratified epithelium. The thickness of this layer regularly changes during the menstrual cycle. You this is the most important layer of uterus, because each menstrual cycle the endometrium becomes break up or degenerate, and a repair occurs in each menstrual cycle also. So the thickness of endometrium layer regularly changes during the menstrual cycle. It rich supply with blood vessels and uterine glands, because it provides nourishment to the developing fetus. You know that uterus is one of the most important part of female reproductive system. Inside it, complete development of embryo. So developing embryo provide nourishment through the endometrium layer. So endometrium is most important layer, provide nourishment to developing fetus. Here we detail discuss all these three layers: uterine wall of uterus, like outer perimetrium, middle myometrium, and inner endometrium. So do you know uterus cancer? Most of uterine cancer begins in the layers of cells that form a lining of endometrium of the uterus. You know that each menstrual cycle endometrium layer becomes break and a repair process. So endometrium lining is very riskful for a repairing process. Most of the time uterus cancer is seen in endometrium. Symptoms of uterus cancer: abnormal bleeding between periods. Seen if abnormal bleeding between the periods is one of the symptoms of uterus cancer. Vaginal bleeding after menopause is also one of the symptoms of uterus cancer, because menopause means stop menstrual cycle. Even stop menstrual cycle, seen vaginal bleeding. So now we discuss uterus cancer. Do you know uterus cancer? Most of uterine cancers begins in the layer of cells that form lining of endometrium of uterus. You know endometrium is one of the uterine wall of uterus. So at the time of each menstrual cycle, endometrium becomes breakdown and a repairing process occurs. So endometrium show most of the time uterus cancer. What are the symptoms of uterus cancer, abnormal bleeding takes place between the period. So this is the symptom of uterine cancer. Vaginal bleeding after menopause, if the menstrual cycle stop, even seen vaginal bleeding. So this is the symptoms of uterus cancer. An abnormal watery blood discharged from vagina seen, it is also uterus cancer symptom. Pelvic pain is a uterus cancer symptom. Now, how detect uterus cancer? Diagnosed with some test like pap smear test, biopsy, and ultrasound means sonography. So all these are the diagnosed test of uterus cancer. Now, what are the treatment measure of uterus cancer? Uterus cancer induce chemotherapy, means some chemicals used to kill cancerous cells. Radiation therapy is also one of the treatment measure, means cancerous cell killed by radiation power. Surgical removal of uterus called as hysterectomy, means a removal of uterus. When uterus cancer is very much major, so the uterus is completely removed from a reproductive system. Such surgical treatment called as hysterectomy. Hystero means uterus and tomy means removal. So hysterectomy means a removal of uterus. The last accessory duct of female reproductive system known as vagina. You know, vagina is a female copulatory organ, male copulatory organ known as penis. So female copulatory organ is vagina. Show tubular structure, 7 to 9 centimeter in length. It is present in between cervix and vestibule, seen here diagrammatic representation. This is the vagina. No doubt it is a tubular structure seen about 7 to 9 centimeter length, present in between cervix and here located vestibule part of the vulva. So it is present in between cervix and vestibule. So here we see diagrammatic representation vagina. The vaginal walls has inner mucosal lining, middle muscular layer and outer adventitia layer. In inner mucosal lining, show mucosal epithelium is stratified and non-keratinized cells specially store for glycogen. No any glands in this region, but cervical secretion of mucus is received in the vagina. Opening of vagina into vestibule called as vaginal orifice. Opening covered partially by a fold of mucous membrane called as hymen. What is the function of vagina? The vagina acts as passage for menstrual flow as well as birth canal during the parturition. So this two main function is proved by vagina at the time of menstruation. Menstrual flow passes from vagina to outside, and at the time of parturition childbirth process, vagina acts as birth canal. So here we detail discuss. Vagina is one of the accessory duct of female reproductive system. Now up to this we detail discuss all accessory ducts like oviduct, you know, that consists of three parts: infundibulum, ampulla and isthmus. Uterus, it is also most important parts because inside it complete development of embryo. It consists of three parts: upper dome shape fundus, middle broad body and posterior distal cervix part, and last accessory duct known as vagina. So up to this we complete accessory ducts discuss. Now the next is external genitalia. The external genital organ of female include parts external to the vagina, collectively called as vulva, coverings or warping or pudendums is also external genitalia. Vulva consists of 5 different parts. First one is vestibule, second labia minora, third clitoris, fourth labia majora and fifth mons pubis. So all these 5 different parts are included in external genitalia. Vulva sequentially occurs: vestibule, labia minora, clitoris, labia majora, mons pubis. Most of time in these different external genitalia, vulva part of female reproductive system. So at that time list out these 5 different parts. Now we detail discuss one by one. First one is vestibule. Vestibule is a median vertical depression of vulva, it enclosing the small urethral opening, especially for urine discharge, and large vaginal opening. You know, vagina we detail discuss. So these 2 openings are enclosed vestibule part. Second one is labia minora. It is pair of thin folds inner to the labia majora. And simply inside the labia majora, pair of thin folds called as labia minora. They merge, means labia minora merge posteriorly to form the forae chaetae, and they converge at anterior end, form a hood-like covering around the clitoris. So clitoris is also one of the part of vulva. Number 3, clitoris, a small conical sensitive projection at the anterior end of labia minora. It has a pair of erectile tissues known as corpora cavernosa. Corpora cavernosa seen in penis erectile tissues. So clitoris is homologous to the penis, is a human external genitalia. Why clitoris and penis are homologous organs? Because erectile tissue known as corpora cavernosa seen both in clitoris as well as penis. So clitoris is homologous to the penis. Now the fourth part of external genitalia vulva known as labia majora. It is also a pure fleshy fold of the skin forming boundary of vulva, surround and protect other part of external genitalia, enclose urethral and vaginal opening in the vestibule. So it is homologous to scrotum. Scrotum, it is a female external genitalia. Inside it present testes. So covering up testes by scrotum. Here vulva is also boundary of other vulva external genital parts. So labia majora and scrotum is homologous organs. Mons pubis is the last part of vulva. It is a fleshy elevation above labia majora. Mons pubis and outer part of labia majora show pubic hairs. Here we detail discuss all the 5 different parts of external genitalia vulva. Consist of vestibule, labia minora, clitoris, labia majora and mons pubis in detail. Now up to this we detail discuss external genitalia vulva. So we learn the last part of female reproductive system known as glands. Glands or accessory glands of female reproductive system consist of pair of vestibular gland or Bartholin glands, and second one is pair of mammary glands. So we detail discuss one by one. First one is vestibular gland or Bartholin glands. It is a pair glands located either side of vaginal opening. Vaginal opening present in vestibule. So inside the vestibule, either side of vagina located vestibular gland or Bartholin gland. They open into vestibule and release lubricating fluid. So vestibular gland is homologous to the bulbourethral or Cowper's gland of the male, because in the male Cowper's gland or bulbourethral gland is also secrete lubricating fluid. So both glands secrete same type of fluid, hence they are homologous with each other. So vestibular gland or Bartholin gland is homologous to bulbourethral or Copper's gland of the male. Here we detail discuss. Female reproductive system consists of first pair of vestibular gland or Bartholin gland. Now we discuss about mammary gland. Paired accessory gland of female reproductive system for production and release of milk after parturition, called as mammary gland or breast. What is main function of mammary gland? Production and release of milk after parturition. The mammary glands are pair of rounded structure present in subcutaneous tissue of the anterior thorax in the pectoral region from second to sixth ribs. So this is the location of mammary gland, point here noted, and the ribs is also most important, remember, because most of time location of mammary gland on the basis of ribs numbers is also denoted question. So mammary gland are located second to sixth ribs. Development of mammary gland occurs at puberty under influence of estrogen and progesterone. You know that both hormones are ovarian hormones. Both hormones action on mammary gland develop it fully developed to form production of milk and release of milk function. Lactotropic hormone or prolactin hormone of pituitary gland help development of lactiferous tubules during the pregnancy. So this is also one of the noted point in which hormone help development of lactiferous tubule during pregnancy. Lactotropic hormone LTH or prolactin hormone help develop lactiferous tubule during the pregnancy, because lactiferous tubules are produce milk. Which two hormones action to develop mammary glands? Estrogen and progesterone. Here different hormone play different roles on action of mammary gland. Here diagrammatic representation of mammary gland structure. These glands are modified sweat gland. You know sweat glands present on the body. So sweat gland is modified to form mammary gland. Most of time this question is occurs. In which gland modified to form mammary gland? Sweat gland. Each mammary gland contains fatty connective tissues, number of lactiferous ducts. These are the fatty connective tissue, and number of lactiferous ducts seen. Glandular tissue of each breast is divided into 15 to 20 irregularly shaped mammary lobes, each lobe with alveolar gland. This is the alveolar gland, and lactiferous ducts in. Alveolar glands secrete milks. Which gland secrete milk in the mammary gland? Alveolar gland secrete milk. which is stored in the lumen of alveoli. So this is the different alveoli glands. Inside it show lumen. So released secret milk is stored inside the lumen of alveoli. Now the alveoli open into mammary tubules. The tubules of each lobe join to form mammary duct, and mammary ducts join to form wider mammary ampulla. These are the mammary ducts are joined to form mammary ampulla, which is connected to lactiferous ducts. These converge towards the nipple located near the tip of breast. It is surrounded by a dark brown colored circular area of the skin called as areola. Seen here, this is the areola part. You know breast cancer. Here we detail discuss about breast cancer. What are the symptoms of breast cancer? First symptoms of breast cancer is a lump in breast or underarm. Lump is painless. Swelling of all or part of breast is also a symptoms of breast cancer. Skin irritation, breast or nipple pain, nipple retraction is also breast cancer symptom. Redness, scaliness or thickness of nipples is also primary symptoms of breast cancer. Here we detail discuss what are the symptoms of breast cancer. So we detail discuss about the detection test of breast cancers, like mammogram X-ray is one of the tests. Detect breast cancer. Ultrasound means sonography through also detect breast cancer. MRI, biopsy and blood test to detect breast cancer. What are the tests to detect breast cancer? Mammogram X-ray, ultrasound, MRI, biopsy and blood test. What are the treatment measure of breast cancer? Radiation therapy is one of the treatment measure of breast cancer, in which cancerous cell kill by radiation power. Most of usable chemotherapy is also breast cancer treatment with the help of some chemical to kill cancerous cells. Lumpectomy is also a treatment measure inside mammary gland. If seen lump, it is removal by surgical method, so it is called as lumpectomy. Also mammoplasty is also a treatment measure. So here we detail discuss what are the different symptoms of breast cancer, different detection test of breast cancer and different treatment measures of breast cancer. Do you know weaning is one of the concept denoted in our textbook. Mother's milk replaced gradually by solid food after some time. This process called as weaning, and simply mother milk is replaced gradually to provide solid food after some interval times. This process called as weaning. Here today's lecture completed. Now review today's topics. We learn today main parts of female reproductive system, different accessory ducts like oviduct, uterus and vagina, uterus cancer, in that what are the symptoms of uterus cancer, detection, test of uterus cancer and treatment measure of uterus cancer. We learn in detail external genitalia, commonly called as vulva. Vulva consists of different parts like vestibule, labia minora, clitoris, labia majora and mons pubis. Different accessory glands in female reproductive system like pair of vestibular gland or Bartholin glands and pair of mammary gland. Also breast cancer, different symptoms of breast cancer, different detection test of breast cancer and different treatment measures of breast cancer is also. And last we discuss about weaning is also. So all this concept we learn today's lecture. Hope that you are understood everything. On the basis of today's lecture, some exercise question noted here. Main function of mammary gland, yes, production and release of milk. Enlist external genitalia organ, vulva of human female, yes, vestibule, labia minora, clitoris, labia majora and mons pubis are the part of external genital organ of vulva. Mammary gland is modified from, yes, which one? Sweat gland. Name the different uterine walls present in uterus. Yes, perimetrium, myometrium and endometrium are the walls of uterine present in uterus. Function of vagina, yes, passage, menstrual flow as well as birth canal during the parturition or childbirth process. What is weaning? Mother milk is replaced to provide solid food. After some time, such process called as weaning. Why vestibular gland or Bartholin gland are homologous with pulvourethral or Cowper's gland of the male? Because both glands secrete same lubricating fluid. So vestibular gland, Bartholin gland, homologous to bulbourethral, Cowper's gland of male. Name the part of oviduct provides site for fertilization. Yes. Ampulla is a part of oviduct provide site for fertilization. Why female vulva part clitoris is homologous with male external genitalia penis? Because in clitoris present erectile tissue known as corpora cavernosa. Same erectile tissue is also present in penis. So clitoris is homologous to the penis. Name different parts of fallopian tube. You know, fallopian tube is also called as oviduct or uterine tube. So fallopian tube is consist of infundibulum is proximal part, ampulla middle part, and isthmus is a distal part. In which internal layer of uterus changes the thickness regularly during the menstrual cycle? Yes, endometrium is a internal layer of uterus change thickness regularly during the menstrual cycle. Which hormone help development of lactiferous tubule in mammary gland during the pregnancy? Yes, lactotropic hormone or prolactin hormone secreted by pituitary gland help development of lactiferous tubules in the mammary gland during the pregnancy. Here all these questions solved on the basis of today's lecture knowledge. If you like the video, then you can subscribe my YouTube bioinfo channel, tap the bell icon and like the video. If any doubt about today's lecture, mention in comment box. Thank you.